Hello everyone, my name is Michael Young and welcome back to Factorio using the Sea Block Modpack. So we are about 35 hours in, 36 hours, something like that. We need to, we're trying to set up mud production. We have nodules going. I want bricks. And we've been having trouble with iron. I've been really anticipating the time when we can start getting rid of all this and doing it better. But we're not quite there yet because we need the iron to get the research, to make the inserters, to do the things. But this is really close. I'm feeling really close about this. So this is like that. Let's put that there. We just need to figure out how we're going to deal with all this mud. And we were going to say we're going to deal with it on this side, back this way, right? This doesn't produce mud. Produces nothing but the clay. This will need to come down here so we can put the clay on it. Alright. Alright. We should try to switch lanes, but it's not gonna happen very easily. Alright. Let's go ahead and start getting this hooked up a bit so that we can see where it breaks. Am I doing this right? Yeah, this is going to output to here. Okay. We'll need to do the same trick. This... Shouldn't there be 5 of these? There should be. We had to be less ambitious because of... Let me see. Yeah, it was 115. Oh, it doesn't matter. We can always expand later as need. Right, we're gonna same trick. Just the 2. This will be even though, so we don't need to worry about making it lane balanced. Everything going? Good. That's not going. Is it not hooked up? Yeah, this doesn't have output to the mud yet. That's a problem. Alright, producing sand, we're producing limestone, producing, what is this? Clay, and we're throwing all the mud away. How much landfill do we have from all this mud? Not very much. Okay, so the next step with the lime to get bricks is to turn it into lime. Lime needs a blast furnace. Interesting. It produces CO2. What kind of a ratio are we talking about? We'll try making a blast furnace too, because why not? We don't have the steel for it. That's why not. I do like how a blast furnace 2 is basically a blast furnace 1 with better tools, rather than trying to do something like where each has a completely distinct recipe, and so you end up throwing away a bunch of the old tools. It's like when eventually I'm gonna get better electric poles, and I'm never gonna use these again. They'll just be consigned to a box somewhere. Okay, what's the ratio here? We made the thing. It's really big. Oh, it's gonna need coke too. There's the thing. Lime. It's gonna need fuel. So we can get that. That's not gonna be a problem. The takes 4 seconds. It turns from 4. Speed's 1.5. So I think that'll do. Maybe we want 2 of these. Well, wait. Well, how are we producing these? We are producing 0.9 a second, and we need 4 every 4 seconds. So, hey, or 1 will suffice. We can just put it right here at the end, sure. The gas output is going to be annoying. We'll have to figure out a way to put it away. Right here. Yeah, we can just drop it right here. But we're gonna be. I don't want to ever have to. It's like the mineralized water thing, where we're gonna be wasting coal turning it into this when we could just be getting it from the blast furnace. Oh well, I'm not gonna worry about it for now. Oh, we are short on pipes again. Okay, right there. That's what I'll do it. Need fuel. We have a line of stuff right there. It's too low, but we can fix that. Right like this. It's in the way. Right, like that will suffice. Actually, I should probably just extend this. It's so dark. There we go. Is everything going? Mud being processed right? We'll see. We needed a bunch of these and then a bunch of furnaces. It's a little tricky because it's on opposite sides, so maybe you should put it over here. Where are the things? No, no. I missed it. Molds. There. You know, in hindsight, we're gonna have to come here over here anyway because of the coke, carbon, whatever. Never mind. This is the wrong order, isn't it? It's gonna need a lot more of that rather than a lot more of that. Okay, let's try to do this. I am right? It's 4 clay. It's only 2 of the other 2. So the other 2 should be on the combined row, not the clay. Okay, let's do it right here. We're getting a bit in the way of the smelting, but we can move it up or something when we redo it. So... more of those, not enough iron, as per usual. We'll chase on the belts for a bit. Is this going? No, it's not. What did we run out of? We don't have any tin. So why is it still not working? Wait a minute. We don't have... You do have... Ah, this isn't working because we missed a step. This was never working in the first place. This wasn't getting it. Yeah, this entire line was broken. It wasn't doing anything. Ah, I hate seeing that. Oh, fine. Let's just turn it all back on. We don't really need the middle one, the lead, but that's okay. I was wondering why it had been so long since we got research. That's not gonna work, is it? I guess we can make it work. Sniper turrets? Really? Really long range? Really slow shooting speed? But anyway, no, we are focused on the smelting. No, it was the hydro refining. That's what we wanted. I should just have a fill up a chest for me. Because we're always coming back looking for more. Alright. Now we need furnaces. And right now, we'll just drop them in a box. Normally what we can do. What did I just do? I must have grabbed the stone instead of the box. Okay. So kind of messy, but that's okay. The whole point of the spacing was so we can do that. Alright, now we've got some good solid brick production going. Oops. Okay. Is this all working? Is there any problems? It seems to be working. Nodules are stopped, of course, because we're barely consuming slag. Okay, I think we need to make a push towards getting like the right ratios and stuff. We need to understand all this new stuff that we're going to be making. So it's gonna all start with the sapphire ore. It's no. Yeah, it doesn't let me always search for the sapphire. Anyway, we need to do some science. Not some science, we need to do some mathing. Where do we do that at first? Yeah, okay. So let's start this back up. Actually, this is sludge. It's not about sludge, it's about this. So, starting over again. And we said that there was a mistake here, right? I didn't grab it all. Yeah. There. So this isn't working because of this difference. It needs to be. It happened to work here because because of that. But really, what we want is the ratio of that. Come on. Of that to that. Which and this one didn't work. Well, kind of worked. Why do I have a 24 there? I don't even know. No, that's not working either. Wait a minute, let's just get rid of all this. Let's get rid of all this. All that. We need to think in terms of just much more... we need to reduce everything to per second. That makes it so much easier thinking of how much we produce per second and how much we consume per second. So, crystallizers produce at 25... Well, they consume 25 sludge to make an ore per second. Or not, actually, So it's actually... Why did that not work? It would be that divided by that to produce that divided by that to produce 0.375 per second. You know, can we make crystallizers Mark II? Where are they? No, that's out of reach. Someday. Alright, so crystallizers produce 1.375 ore per second. So I don't see any reason why we want to go short of an entire belt per second. So a belt per second is 13.333. So we would need 35 of these to fill an entire belt. That might be out of reach. I was thinking if it was 12, I was gonna go for it, but no, we need to scale up. This is not gonna go. We can't just ignore this. I mean, this iron problem has been giving us trouble for hours and hours. We'll figure out how we're gonna get 35 powered, not powered, 35 of these. And get enough slag for all this, or enough mineral sludge for 35. Many times over. Later. Okay, but the next step is to crush it all. A crusher happens really quickly, to the point where probably loading is going to be the problem. And there's different things we do in a crusher. So, crushed sapphirite can either be put in by itself to get crushed sapphirite, or it can be put in to get a same number of crushed sapphirite. Or no, it's the next step that's different things. You always just want to crush everything. Right? Yeah, you always want to crush everything. So I can just assume that I'm going to do so. Takes that. So in actual fact, what's happening is we are consuming 1.5 ore per second to get 3 crushed ore per second. And if we have 35 of these, then we're going to be producing, oh, well, 36 really, to be ceilinged. So if we're going to produce 36 of these, a full belt of crystallizers, to get that all crushed, would be 13.33. In fact, why don't we just call it 13? So we can suffer, well, it makes it not even. So 13.33. So if we want to consume 13.333, wait a minute, I have this ratio wrong. It's 2 for 2. Yeah, what was I thinking? That might have been where the problem was before. Okay, 2 for 2. So to consume 13.33, well, the actual then, if we have 36, the actual production would be, wait a minute, put it here, 36 times that per second. We'll really be producing 13.5, but we can't actually haul that much, so it's really 13.3. So 13.33 divided by 2, or divided by 3. We'll need 5 of these per ore type. Okay, but now things are different. Once we have this crushed ore, we do tons of different things with it. We combine it with Givelite just to make just the ore by itself. We combine it, that happens in an advanced ore refining in a ore sorting facility. So is this. Ah, this is not going to produce slag anymore. Interesting. If I switch to it that way. This is the different thing. These hydro refinings, that's what we're working on right now. Where it produces chunks. And we're going to go for that, I think. We're going to get a ton of blue geos, which I don't really need yet. But I'm hoping that this is the better way to go about it. So this is in a flotation cell. Can I make one of those? Flotation. Yes, I can. It's a steel and stone. But I can't see its properties here. Flotation cell. Or I could. It's 0.75. And the recipe is 2 seconds. Okay. Flotation cell. I wonder if that... It's called hydro processing. Does it need water as an input? Or does it need to be next to the ocean or something? That might really affect our layout. Oh well. When we can make one, we'll find out. And why are we not making stuff? It should be going. No, tin. Right. But shouldn't this be going now? I mean, we have a ton of sludge. We have, like, literally a ton of sludge. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't measure sludge by the ton. You measure it by the tank, maybe? But these are just producing just a ton of slag slurry. I guess we're not filtering it fast enough. Yeah, we'll need more filters. Filtration units, rather. It's going full time. Okay, worry about that tomorrow. Not today's problem. Today we're trying to understand how the technology works. We can just jumpstart this real quick. And it is producing a little bit. It's just a half of it. Oh, I see. We stopped making tin, and we started throwing all of it to back in solder. I forgot we'd done that. How's this doing? Really full? No, it's not that full at all. Good. Sort of. Anyway, hopefully that will get science going again. Eventually, we're gonna have a flotation cells, and we'll have to do stuff with it. We're going to make chunks of sapphirite. Okay, a flotation cell. Did I spell that right? Flotation. Just for some reason it looks weird. Okay, it has a speed of 0.75. The recipe is a 2-second one. So it's the same kind of speed as the crystallizers. So probably we'll need 36 of these to deal with it. And it produces 2 chunks and 0.5 geodes and a ton of sulfuric wastewater. Okay, so on a per second basis, it's going to be producing 0.75, same as the one above it. Or not the one above it. Did I do that wrong? No, that's right. Don't know what I was thinking. Let's just pretend the geodes are not there. We'll have to just store them somewhere, I think. I'm putting them in the input section. It's the output section. The input is also 2, so it's very similar. Okay, so to deal with 13 coming out, we would need divided by 0 where? Yeah. Why are you trying to divide by 0? You should be trying to divide by 0.75. Or I guess the reason we had put this on there. No, still not working. There. We're gonna need half as many. Really? Yeah, half as many because it's no, it's the same speed. Because we consume 2 at a time as opposed to just producing 1 at a time. Right? Yeah, this produces 1 at a time. So we'll need half as many. We'll need a ton of these flotation devices. Anyway, with the chunks. Oh wait, no, let's do the geodes first, just because I want to make sure I know what to do with them. Oh, we turn them back into crystal slurry. Ah, I see. Or we break them down into stone, and ore I can't deal with. which turns into things that I need, like for laser turbines. So, no. Okay, wait. No. Go back. No, what was I thinking? It was sapphire polished. I just want to see what all this polished stuff is. Apparently it's nothing. There are no polished. Cut? No, it doesn't want to let me search for these things. Oh well. Not gonna worry about them. We'll collect geodes in a box for a while, like we do with this ore up here. Givelite's a bad example. Sapphirite was what we're looking for. So, we have sapphirite now, and we have turned it into crushed sapphirite, and from there we got crushed chunks. So the chunks we can just process right in again. No, that needs ore sorting facility. We do it with crystals? What's chemical refining? Is that somewhere near? Chemical refining. It is. No, that's blue science. Okay, so we're gonna not go that far. We'll stop with the. How'd I get here? We have chunks, and we're gonna process them in our ore sorting facility to get. Oh well. I kind of don't want to do it. I mean, this isn't going to give me more iron ore than doing it regularly. It'll just give me silicon and nickel too. So I'm skeptical of the virtue of that. If we were to go beyond this and turn it into crystals, then we can start getting titanium. But I can't do that yet. That needs blue science. So never mind. We are not going to make chunks. This is all for naught. Get rid of these. Instead, we'll just do go back to sorting. So we have crushed sapphirite, and we're going to use Givelite now instead of trying to do this mess where we take this and get iron ore back out of it, and then one production line influences the next production line. So this was a waste of time. We don't want that. We might want these, though, strand casting or whatever. I don't know what this is for. Looks like it's for advanced copper smelting. That's for... Yeah, this is the next step. It needs processed copper. So process it. Using strand casting? Is there a advanced iron? There is. Maybe we shouldn't do anything yet. We should just get strand casting and start going on from there. So how does that work? Should have looked at that. So where's the diversions? Is it this? Red metal catalyst? Now catalyst is all about turning things into different types of liquids. Gases. This is it. So you once you have the ore, you can process it differently. So instead of just converting right now, I'm just converting. Well, right now I'm converting 24. Or I'm converting 1 to 1 pretty much. 24 iron into ingots, and then the ingots transfer 1 to 1 into molten. And then molten transfers 10 to 1 into iron plates. But if we were to process it, we would take 4 would become 2. And then... What's with this ratio? Why was it... 4 becomes 2, and then we need 3 of those at a time. Okay, how annoying is that? It's an alternate way to get to iron ingots, apparently. By using processed iron and coke. Which we don't have bust right now. We have coal and carbon. Or we can make pellets, which we would then turn on. Interesting. Is that even more efficient? No, that pellets are gonna. Okay, pellets are smelted 3, which we'll need blue science for. So we're not gonna do pellets. We are gonna make sure our next facility uses processed iron to make the ingots. So that's just processed. Are there other things that we could be using this for? Okay, so if we were doing processed, we're not actually going to, let's see, processed copper, we would then ignore the pellets, needs oxygen, not coke. But each one of these seems like it's different. So processed tin needs coke. Aluminum needs sodium hydroxide, which is different. Actually, this might not be different. I don't know how we get aluminum. How do we get aluminum ore? From Givolite chunks. We need aluminum. So maybe we do need to go in the chunks, just to get the aluminum ore. Oh, how annoying! I was thinking we could skip this whole entire step, but if this is the only way to get access to some of these ores, I think we're gonna have to do it. Okay. How irritating. Okay, is this backing up at all yet? Good. Because we need to start really planning on how much we're going to need of different things. We need more filtration, I think, at the moment. And we'll need more of all these things we're talking about. But where are the filtration things? Is that them? No. There. So those need more circuits. Which are going again because we have our solder situation sorted out. We already have 9 extras. Let's go for an even 20. So these are not going because, again, tin. Okay. Well, that will resolve itself in time. We can help. All right. Okay, wait a minute. So we just decided that we were not going to do processing. Or did we say we were going to do processing? I forget. We We said we were gonna do processing for the iron. Okay, there's two processes happening out here. There's things you do with crushed ore to get with these crushed things in order to get different arrangements of ore, and then there's things you do with the ore to get better different types of ingots, and those are completely separate processes that I just need to not get confused about. So let's focus just on the first step, the getting to the ore. So that's not this. Getting to the ore, we are going to have to do it. We're not just going to crush things. We're going to have to turn it into chunks and then process those. I don't need any of these. I already have these, so maybe I could skip over it for sapphirite? That's why I got confused, because these are all ores that I already can get. But let's look at the other ones. So this would come from steatite. Steatite, where are you? So for steatite, if we were to turn those into chunks, we would get cobalt, which I think is new. That's not something that I have access to until now. Right? Yeah, only comes from things that are at least as good as this. And we use it to make cobalt ingots, of course. Basically, to eventually get to cobalt plates. What do we need cobalt plates for? Nothing. Cobalt plates are not an input to anything. Molten cobalt is not an input to anything. But cobalt ingots are a way to get cheaper steel. We'd use it to turn into molten cobalt steel. I see. Cheaper iron, too. Titanium. And cobalt powder, which we then turn into combine with tungsten. I see. So it's not about the plates, really. But we will need to go ahead and do the steatite processing just so we can get to the ingots. Okay, so steatite we're gonna have to deal with, but I kind of want to. What about Jubilate? Is there virtue in turning that into chunks? We would be getting aluminum from that. Anything else we can get aluminum for? From rubite chunks. Rubite gives you gold. What about bobmonium? Where's the bobmonium come from? Protinium is how you get silver. Interesting. Yeah, just from crystals. Yeah, it seems like the more you do processing on the raw stuff, the more different types you get, but not the increased quantity. So I'm putting a lot of effort into not getting much more iron ore, which is my complaint. Anyway, I was looking for a tin, just to see what the deal was with that. That's zinc. That's a new way to get that. Tin ore. There we go. So tin you get from bobmonium. Bobmonium chunks give us more cobalt and silicon and zinc. Nothing that exciting. Okay. So I'm thinking we're gonna need they're not quite sorted out very well. These. We're gonna need to have a line of 36 for each probably 2 lines of 18 in practice for each of these. So that's going to be 216 216 of those crystallizers. Right now we have 8 working, and they are occasionally mineral sludge starved. That's quite a jump. I think we need to plan this very carefully, because that's quite a commitment. Not only in terms of just iron, but also in terms of space. Like, how are we going to make this lay out in any way that's going to look at all pretty? But, I mean, it doesn't seem like I'm reaching for something that's too grand. This is literally going to produce a single yellow belt of the of each of the different ore types, which seems pretty feeble. I mean, I know in my main playthrough I've got like 4 blue belts of iron ore coming in like every every 30 seconds by train. That would be 12 times what we're trying to do with our 216. Oh well. I think we're gonna have to do it, but I'm gonna take some time to think about it. So I'm gonna stop a bit early. Thank you everyone for watching. My name is Michael Young, and this is Factorio, using the Sea Block Modpack. Thank you.